I just wanted to finalize by sharing with you the 10 key points that we take on from this very insightful discussion. So we remind ourselves that being emancipatory means we are actively returning to ourselves or freeing ourselves to what society often drills in us about who we are, especially those of us who have experienced colonization. So it's very important, to return. And I think this reminds us of the Sankofa proverb, returning to the past, returning to who you are, especially to pick up things which are positive, which are your strength that you can use to move forward, and freeing ourselves from that hierarchy of who is important and who is not, which color is important and which one is not, and things like that. And I think a challenge also is to reflect on what you're emancipating yourself from. So each one of us, our story will probably be different, but what are you really emancipating yourself, from? And also, we talked about the frameworks for emancipatory education, and very important to emphasize storytelling of who we are, thinking about counter stories, those resistance stories as well, and also starting with our own positionalities and embodying some of these stories, stories of, counter stories or stories of resistance, and also visionary stories. I love that. I think it's very important to, know where you would want to go. Yes, you know who you are now. Where would you want to go? And also, to start embody and live, that story or that inspiration that you have. And also, we've reminded ourselves to value that diversity, and that means challenging that monoculturalism, valuing the diversity in knowledge as well. So we have a lot of orature, for example. We have a lot of indigenous knowledge, but which sometimes is not really valued. Maybe a lot of emphasis is put on scientific knowledge and empiricism and all that. But it's very important that we value the different knowledges that exist. But importantly, also to start writing our own stories. Very, very important. Telling and writing our own stories. Always reflect whose story you're telling. And I think when we tell our own stories, this is when we start getting those counter narratives. And we've been challenged that you must emancipate yourself before you emancipate others. So this is the challenge, each one of us, not to be complicit, but also think about our own selves and not leave the work to be done by other people. And finally, examining the structure sources of privilege and also oppression, so that we move away from that binary where says, you're the oppressor, I'm not the oppressor, and then that doesn't really take us, anywhere. So on behalf of the Association of Schools of Social Work in Africa, that is ASWA, and also on behalf of ASWADNet, we want to thank you so much for participating in this seminar. And we hope that this has encouraged you and also has challenged you in one way or another, to think about the role that you can play in Africa's renewal, in the renewal of ourselves and renewal of, of our beings. Thank you so much for the speakers as well. And thank you for that dialogue. You have some references in the chat from Professor Supo. So that's really very helpful. I encourage us to read it. And thank you so much. We hope that you come to the conference, the students' conference, and also the other events that we will be organizing. Thank you.